read all about it. See, I know the haters be talking about how I need to be professional and dress up. I just got back from doing a power walk because I can't do any other exercise since the surgery, and I'm fiending for exercise. So I just came home from power walking, and I came home and I'm like, I'm gonna do my reading. I'm not gonna stop. And I know that I'm sweaty and gross, but you know what? It's like, I've always had that hard time with that work-life balance. But the truth is, guys, I don't want there to be a work-life balance. I want my work to be my life. All right? So, you know, eventually I could take you on my jogs with me, essentially. I'm Michelle. Sorry. This is my channel, Born Without Boundaries. This is my daily tarot card reading. I use the Talisman and Cauldron tarot deck. My friend Laura, who owns Talisman and Cauldron, it's a spirituality store in Derby, Connecticut. Her and her partner China designed this deck, and yeah, no, it's my favorite deck to use. I use it every day. I always start with my deck reshuffled and the energies cleared out, so that I can be sure that when I read reversals, they didn't start out that way. I know damn well that they're reversals for a reason. And no, this isn't like a rule to tarot that anybody else should follow or anybody else does follow. It's something that I need for my own brain, because I know that I will be picking it apart, trying to dissect it. Oh, was it really meant to come out that way? Yes, it was, because it did not start out that way. And I can answer Michelle's questions right up front. And you know this bitch got a lot of questions. Ooh. So, happy Monday. TGI Monday. I love it. It was a good weekend. Beautiful weather where I was. And beautiful weather is relative, right? We can have rainy days that are gorgeous too. Do you feel that the air has gotten lighter? It has gotten lighter. It really, really has. And I know some rough things happened last week. Really rough for some people. But, yeah, there's always a but. Because there's always a breath. Because there's always the next moment. Let's see the first card that popped out. Oh, look who's sitting pretty. In his self-knowledge, in his self-worth, in his understanding of everything that he wants and his passions, and knowing that life and love are not two separate things, they're the same thing. Justice. Oh, I see. I see the dawning of a brand new age. That's what I see. Popping out. Third card. There's an overwhelming masculine energy coming. We started out with the King of Wands, we went to Justice, and now there's the Emperor. Now the Emperor is he's the divine masculine. He is the most masculine card in the deck. He is energy, power, fertility, progress, action, and coupled with the King of Wands, he's passion made into progress, made into reality. Okay, Justice is the balancing out. Justice is sort of like the temperament between the concept and then the reality of doing something. So I see some major manifestation going on here. At the very base level, I see some major decision making going on here. As in, yeah, I'm sure of myself now. I'm not going to let anybody else stop me. This is a time of immense freedom. The Star card pops out. So right now I can tell you wishes are coming true. That's it. This is bottom line is you've been heard, you've been realized, it's all eyes on you. All eyes on you. This is wishes coming true. Dreams and wishes coming true. But we are also no more confusion. Seven of Cups in reverse. I was listening to the Leo King, David Palmer, his reading for August 15th. He got the Seven of Cups in reverse too. Seven of Cups in reverse I love because basically it means you're not confused anymore. There's clarification now. There was once a bunch of bullshit. Oh my God, I can't decide. There was too much coming at you. Now things are very, very clear. It's like you found your direction. There's no more hesitation or need. Like, oh, sometimes we almost feel like we need to doubt what we want. Like we have this obligation to doubt it because if not, it's just too good to be true, and it's almost arrogance if we don't. Well, now we're very, very clear. And now we've even dropped that need for low self-esteem, need for lack of self-confidence, like we're paying the piper. There's no payment to be made here. There was a decision to be made, and now clarity is upon us. Not only clarity, but confidence in that clarity. So in other words, where there was once a lot of decisions and a lot of people distracting, see, I feel like this is like you being seen, you finally being noticed. That's what I think. Like for a long time, there was a lot of people sort of muddying your recognition. And now there's not. Now it's just, I am here. And people see you. This is being seen by the holiest power, the highest powers that be. You being recognized, but also by 3D. Yes, this is, because this is not just, like I said, justice sitting between the King of Wands and the Emperor. He's like this, he's like the master temperer. He's tempering the ether to be length, height, and width. Okay, to fit into the 3D world. I just had a 9 of Cups, kind of wonky. So this is 9 of Cups in reverse. So 9 of Cups is one of the happiest cards in the deck when it's upright, but in reverse it's almost like missed dreams, missed opportunities, dreams unrealized, not believed in, not committed to, shallow dreams, or like shallow victories. There's been a big change. That's the central card. So that's the theme. So now it's telling, so now I'm getting the feeling, or now I see that essentially this has been the subject matter of your life for a long time. Like dreams that didn't come true, or things that weren't committed to, or half victories, or shallow victories, or like there was never the big stuff. There was never the, so where's the big stuff? Like it was always just like, 2 steps forward, 3 steps back kind of thing. That was for so long what life was. So let's see where life is headed, because it's not surrounded by any of those energies. The energies that surrounds the central card is coming out of the dark. It's completely changing. The Moon in reverse. Okay. Interesting. So the Moon in reverse. Lots of things were realized that were once hidden. And that's once again, I feel like just the 7 of Cups too. Coming back into, okay. All right, let me see if they want to come out. If they don't want to come out, they don't have to come out, but all right. Oh my God, okay. I know, like I'm seeing all the cards, you're not seeing the cards, you're like, hello, we're here. Okay, let me tell you what I'm seeing. So the Moon comes out in reverse, followed by the High Priestess, which tells me that there's clarity, 100% clarity in a lot of situations, that something that was going on for a long time and was sort of subverted in its presence, maybe on Earth or in your mindset. In other words, you thought it was important, but it's not. And it's hard to accept that it wasn't important. It is important. It was important for your journey. But now that it's ended and it was a huge loss, you're actually coming back into balance and you're the one being realized. I feel like there was like a shadow over somebody watching, or viewers out there, or people's lives. There was like a pall over you and everything that you were. And that you were hidden for a very, very long time. And all the efforts and the energies and the power and the attention that some other thing got, that other thing that was standing in front of you, that other thing is gone now. And what it was realized was that that other thing or that other person that was given all the attention, including your attention, it was never supposed to be the recipient of the attention. It was always supposed to be you. You were always the one that was supposed to be recognized because you are where the true value lives. Right? In your words, in your purpose, in your understanding of the world, you were always the true value. But there was something standing in front of you. You actually put this thing in front of you. Yeah, because you didn't know your true value either. It wasn't real, and that's why your life, whoever's watching, whoever this is resonating with, I know you know it, that's why your life was just a series of shallow victories, or 3 steps forward, 4 steps back. You didn't even realize that you were the one that the light was supposed to shine on. Or if you did, you called it arrogance and you squashed it and you redirected the light towards something or somebody else. Now that something or somebody else is out of your way, they're gone. For better or worse. And for some of you, it may just be because they left the house, because there was a divorce, because they moved on. Others could be they actually left this earth. But the bottom line is, Spirit had to come in and clear it out, because 100% this is your time. This is your moment. And I think that you made a decision that it was your moment when you decided, and you're the one that finally the mist cleared, and you're the one that finally decided, it's me. I'm here. I'm valuable. It's my time. And in doing that, you shifted the entire course of your life. Knight of Swords popped over. Just means that communication is coming in. Recognition, acknowledgement. That one came flying out. Okay. Standing the high ground, doing the battle. This is actually, you know what, being recognized. And you're being recognized at people that want to bring you down, but they're not gonna. And by not letting them bring you down this time around, this is another 7 card. I have 2 7s here, the 7 of Cups and the 7 of Wands. Once again, reaffirming for me that this is about passion and progress. That this is about getting your heart right, getting your head right, believing in yourself, and deciding to manifest. There's a lot of challenge. But the thing is, you're not, because you're a different mindset now, you're not taking all those challenges that you face as signs that it's not meant to be. You don't have that mindset anymore. You're just like, no, these are bumps in the road. They're made of rocks. Not signs, not symbols, not meant to be's, not what ifs, not people's opinions. And even if they are people's opinions, I don't give a flying you know what. You have decided to stand your ground. There is communication coming in from somebody in your past that skipped over you. Now you take this as it resonates. It may be romance, but I don't think it is. Honestly, I think it's opportunity. Because now you are seen, you are recognized. People who looked over you in the past, because I see the 6 of Cups just staring at me. People who looked over you in the past are no longer looking over you. You who looked over you in the past is no longer looking over you. Now they're looking directly at you. So what does that translate to? Opportunities that had eluded you. Validation that had eluded you. Awards or recognition that had eluded you. Now it's here. Now you're being recognized. You're being recognized for the badass that you are. That's what you are. That's what you're being recognized. Remember, what was it? What was it? That scene from Pulp Fiction, badass motherfucker. That you're being recognized because you recognize yourself as that, and you're no longer willing to or okay with being looked over or passed by. That's not part of your story anymore. That has been part of your story this whole time. But it's because it was you. Like, you kept letting it be. You kept agreeing with people when they said you weren't worth the attention. You kept redirecting their attention to somebody else. You made somebody else's hopes and dreams and wishes and wants in life more important than yours. okay, now it's over. Now it's done. That person has been removed from your life. So, like I said, sometimes for better or worse. Sometimes for better or worse. Now the question is, how do you move on? How are you directing your life? What's the conduit for your life? What's the flow? Because that person that you projected all of that energy on, that you projected that attention to, like I said, this is the moon in reverse. In other words, the sun is not present. This is the moon reflects the sun's shine. Right? You are reflecting all your shine onto somebody else, and now they're gone. That lie, that reflective service has been removed. Maybe by the person itself, by saying, stop, this is too much. Stop paying attention to me and start paying attention to you. But I honestly think this was spirit that just came in and was like, nope. Or you yourself finally woke up and said, I am not giving my precious energy to anybody else anymore. I deserve it. It's all on me. No more veil. No more pall. No more reflective surface. So I can continue to be afraid of shining. No more. And I can say this to you right now. You are considered as a badass. And haters gonna hate, but you don't even care anymore. It's pretty incredible. There's a situation here where there were a lot of, hey guys.
Hey.
So, I'm gonna keep pulling more cards because I just feel like there's more of a message, but okay. Whatever was hidden is now in the light. You have two cards that are reiterating that. Okay, I have the Seven of Cups in reverse, and I have the Moon. So whatever was hidden, whatever was subverted, is now known. Okay? Good news, bad news. The truth is always good news. The Star card is right above the Moon in reverse. That's telling me the truth came out. That's telling me that the truth won out. That the truth is here. And it's spilling over. There's something about something in the past, or something that has to do with your life, your children, children that your childhood. I feel like your whole life you were in hiding. Your whole childhood you were hidden. Not anymore. The struggle was very real. The struggle, I think internal struggle primarily, to come to terms with the fact that loving yourself and like insisting on your happiness was not synonymous with being selfish, and that those words, whatever voice inside of you was telling you that, was actually the voice of fear, because you were afraid. You were afraid. I heard somewhere. What was it? I just read it. People aren't afraid of success. They're afraid to start. They're afraid to start at ground one, at base level. They're afraid of the little things. They're afraid of the struggles. They're afraid of having to work through all the problems. It's like you want to get to the big dreams, but you don't want to start out selling peanuts. Most people are afraid of what that means, of the struggles, of having to conquer the fears in themselves, the criticism from other people, of having to get tomatoes thrown at them or make jokes made fun of them because all they're doing is selling peanuts at the time. They're afraid to start at that place where people feel they have a right to insult you. They're afraid of that. If they could just walk into the big stuff, they would walk into it. But they're afraid of that little stuff that's actually that ground one, that risky stuff, that place where you're not safe, that place where you're not recognized, that place where you're still sort of prey for everybody else. And so what ended up happening here, at least what I see in this scenario, is there is a person that tried to circumvent that, tried to deny that process of starting at level 1. And you kind of did it, and you kind of did it by saying, well, I'm just going to take care of everybody else, and I'm going to shine the light on everybody else. You tried to make it something that you were strong in doing. But the truth was you were just a chicken shit. You were just trying to avoid starting at ground 1. And that's the harsh truth. You were trying to avoid the little shits. The concerts where nobody shows up. The tickets not selling out, or going bankrupt, or having to spend money just to put on a production, let alone having somebody to pay you. You know what I'm saying? It's like you were afraid of all that process, and so you just didn't do it. And instead, you decided to redirect all your energy and all your attention onto somebody else. And that somebody else or something else is now gone. It's been removed. It's been pulled aside. It either doesn't need you anymore, doesn't want you anymore, or doesn't exist anymore. And now you're at ground 1. Fighting the battles that you could have started fighting 20, 30 years ago. But you know what? The past. You're actually ready now to stand your ground. And I think it was the observation and the learning, the lesson that you learned from living a half life, knowing that you weren't living up to your full potential. That you actually learned that selling peanuts is better than living a half life even for one more day. Powerful, powerful moment in somebody's life out there. Powerful, powerful moment. Lots of competition. Yep. Lots of competition. In a muddle now. Almost like you're it's not that you're back to square one. It's that you're finally at square one. Because you finally got up the balls to be at square one. Too many. But very blatant messages. Let's look what's going on. How many cards came out? Okay. So we have the Knight of Wands, Temperance, the Three of Cups, the Ten of Cups, and Death. You know what's funny? Death is where you needed to be. Death is what needed to happen. And it doesn't mean physical death. It could have been. But it doesn't. It is the ending of something. And it is most definitely the ending of whatever it was you were trying to hide behind. I said it a few months ago. And I said it as a warning. And it was simply this. If you've been assigned to live as something and to do something, it isn't the universe's job, it isn't God's job to make it easy for you. You're the 3D. You're the piece of God that's been put into the 3D. It's your responsibility to sell peanuts and get trash thrown at you. That's what your body was built for, to take those hits. It's your responsibility to figure out how to manifest all these dreams. And if you don't, and those dreams die, you've actually held up all the workings in a big clock, a bigger picture that has more to do than just you. And so Spirit came in, Tower came in and said, I'm done with this crap. This cog has to work. No matter what, come hell or high water, it needs to get its ass in gear. And no matter what nice sounding, you could have been Mother Teresa for 50 years. And I don't think you were Mother Teresa, because I think Mother Teresa lived her full purpose completely. And that's why, even though she wasn't like a starlet, right? but people know her because she generated and radiated that energy that big that the world just found her. The world looked for her, right? If that was your assignment and you tried to negate your assignment because you were afraid of it, essentially afraid of the hardships of it, and you hid behind something else, somebody else, could have been your children, could have been your spouse, could have been your career. 25-25, twins are coming into union. Soulmates, now the cogs are turning. Because spirit came in and was like, yeah, I'm pretty much freaking done waiting for you to get that gear moving. That gear is going to turn no matter what. That's why I said, and this is a warning for all you out there listening, don't ever make somebody else the excuse for you not achieving your dreams. Because then that person becomes the obstacle for universe to remove to get your ass in gear. You actually paint a big old target on their head by not living to your full potential in the fullest. Because you're hiding behind them. And if they become the barricade that universe has to break through to get you moving so that all the gears you're attached to can move too, it will do it. I feel that there was a death here. I feel that there was an ending. Here's the happy news. If you're watching this video, you're still alive. Get to work. You have a job to do. Here is your reminder. We haven't forgotten. If it has to chase you into the next life, it will. And then you'll have to definitely start from scratch again. Get out there and start from scratch. You don't know how it works, figure it out. Do it. Do it. Do it. I just realized it was 2 13s, 13, 13. I'm looking at twin numbers, 13, 13. Don't hide behind your family. Don't hide behind your friends, and don't hide behind your purpose in life. There is no hiding. You are seen. You are known. You must be you out loud. You cannot be somebody else. And now you have to restart. Now you have to restart fresh. Now you have to restart fresh. This could also be, the death card could also represent Scorpio, because there's a lot of cups here. And Scorpios could be coming into their full power. Like if you're a Scorpio who has experienced a lot of success lately, a lot of recognition, it's like, oh wow, people are finally fucking understanding me. They finally get me. They're finally recognizing me. Like I feel like a lot of Scorpios are now stepping into the forefront. They're not taking the back seat anymore. So if you're a Scorpio, that could also be your story. That could also be what's going on. Okay? But for any other sign, this is just a life led to start over. It's time to start over. It's from this death that happiness and success blossoms. This is today's energy. Did this death already happen? I believe so, yes. And like I said, it doesn't have to be literal physical death. It could be you lost a job. Could be death of a relationship, right? Death of an old dream or an old way of living. It is an ending though. But from this ending is literally magic, dreams come true, happiness, health. This is a health card. Like the temperance card is stability, it's balance, it's like nutrition. It's good for you. But people are finally celebrating you. They're finally getting you. They're finally getting it. They're finally recognizing what you contribute. They're finally recognizing how great you are. And honestly, it was you all along. It wasn't this other thing or practice or person. It was you all along. All along, it was you. It was you. It's you. It's you. It's you. Stop hiding behind people. Don't do it. No matter how much you help them, you're really just helping yourself. Live your life to the fullest and live out loud. Withstand the criticisms. Withstand the tests. Withstand the tomatoes being thrown at your head, the jeers and the criticisms. Withstand the tedious jobs that you have to do before you can do the one you want. Withstand them, but keep going. Keep insisting the world know exactly who you are, and don't ever let them doubt. Don't ever hide behind anybody else, not even for the best sounding reasons. I don't care if you started a charity that made millions of dollars worldwide to help the homeless or children with cancer. I mean, listen, God bless you for that stuff. That's great. But is that what you were assigned to do here? Because that's additional stuff that helps the world. That's great. But if you were assigned a soul song, if you were assigned a higher purpose, if you were one of those people who has known what they are and who they are from the beginning, and you've known what's mattered to you from the beginning, and you've put all those other things, no matter how good they are, they're really not good. They're unbalanced. That's why I say you can do good things and be unbalanced too, and disharmonious and bad, that end up being bad, end up being unhealthy, because unhealth is lack of balance. Right? You could have, like I said, made millions of dollars for charity, but if your purpose on earth was to be an author, and you still haven't written your book, then the truth is all that charity you did underneath, and this is the truth, this is the moon in reverse coming out, all that charity you did really was just a scapegoat to not put the pen to the paper and write your freaking book. And the universe sees it. They see you. They know what you were assigned to do. No matter how much money you've made, no matter how much success you've had, no matter how much help you've helped others, thank you. Now get on with it. What were you supposed to do? This is what always drives me crazy. Tell me you haven't been in that situation where people are like telling you, well, I did this and I did this and I did this, I did this. I asked you to do one thing. Did you do that? And they're like, you're ungrateful. How can you even ask me that? What does it matter if when I did all those other things and I didn't do that one thing? Because that one thing was what you were needed to do. That was your fate. Now, please go ahead, keep doing all those other things. But understand that underlying, no matter how good those things were, underlying it was cowardice. Underlying it was skipping school. Underlying it was rebellion against the authority that is fate that says, we need you to get this done. And as minuscule as it might seem to write a book, or to sing a song out loud, or to experiment and find a new particle, whatever, as minuscule as it may seem compared to all this other stuff, but look at all the other stuff that I did. It's not balanced. We needed this one thing, and did you listen? You need to listen, because listening is part of the goodness. It's part of the harmony. And that's what I'm trying to say. Think of harmony. Think of harmony. That's a really good thing. Think of harmony, right? Your conductor told you, hit middle C. And you're up there singing Mariah Carey notes. Look how amazing I am. Look how incredible I am. Look at all the Mariah Carey notes. And then, oh, look, I can also sing those deep down, like husky Aretha Franklin notes. I could do, look at all that I'm doing. I asked you to sing one note. And because you didn't sing your note and you're there running all over the fucking scale, singing all those other notes, we don't have our middle C, which means we don't have our scale. I don't care how much else you think you're doing. What you're doing is defying your fate. One note. I asked you to sing one note. After you sing that one note, you can do whatever the fuck you want. You decided, somebody out there decided to do whatever the fuck they wanted before they decided to sing that one note. And that's why some major clearing out had to happen, because the universe was like, shut the fuck up. Find middle C. Because I really don't care about anything else. Find middle C. Because I asked you. Why are we constantly trying to be like, well, what about this person? What about that? What about just listen? What about participate? What about receive and absorb and understand that it's about more than you and what you want or what's easy? Message. Somebody needed to hear that today. Somebody needed to hear that today. And somebody is up for the battle of their lifetime because they're just starting out on a path that they should have gotten going on years ago. But I honestly feel that maybe after this video, or a few of you out there, you already recognized it. You already realized it. And you get it. And you take full responsibility. And at this point, you're just like, all right, how do I get a job selling peanuts? You know, or you know, how do I how do I sign up for that minstrel show? Or like, where do I start? I get it. I have to start ground one. I have to start with the little stuff. I understand. Okay. And for those of you that did that, you saved somebody's life. Because Spirit would have taken them out. They would have. They would have taken it out. They would have taken a company down. They would have taken whatever they had to remove that you were using to hide behind. They would have taken it out. It was in stepping out in front and being like, all right, I need to do this now. I've left it too long. You actually allowed those other things to exist and stepped on your road to basically your soul song, is what I call a soul song, your destiny. And here you are. This is a powerful reading because it's a reminder that the right thing and the good thing are two different things. And that we always talk about positivity and negativity, and we always say negativity is bad. Negativity isn't bad. Disharmony is bad. Imbalance is bad. The negative and positive are necessary forces in life. And it's when we try to avoid those negatives, those things that are less comfortable for us, those things that are less easy, less obvious for us, in trying to avoid them, and smothering on too much good, you're actually doing something bad. Like, for example, if your destiny was to be a nurse, right? But you were just afraid of medical school, you were afraid of, being grossed out, you were afraid of being around death, you were afraid of all those things. And so instead of being a nurse, you became a marketing specialist or whatever. And you make tons of money every year for a charity that supports nurses. But you were still supposed to be a nurse. you're supposed to be in that hospital working with those patients for a reason. Like, I know, like, I'm talking about people who know it in their gut. Like, they've had a soul song for years and they've ignored it. Like, this is your story. And I feel like most of you are now coming back to who you were and realizing what you're supposed to do. Like, you've been through the ringer. You've lived a lifetime. And now you're living your authentic lifetime. And this is the beginning of it. Today. Very powerful day. I mean, like, I love these cards. I love the readings. I never know what to expect. And here I am, completely blown away again. So, for a small few of you, like I said, if you are a Scorpio, this is recognition. This is finally people noticing you. Like, you're like, almost like, oh, you were the power source all along. This is where it's really coming from. But also, I think it could be somebody having a happy ending with a Scorpio. Interesting. Okay. I'm going to leave this here. I want to see how it pans out for people. This is an interesting reading for a Monday. It's like, happy Monday! This is a very powerful reading. A lot of us have work to do. And it's not the work that we want to do. But you got to do it. For those of you who've actually lost somebody, I'm sorry. No matter what, that's painful. For those of you who have seen dreams and like I don't know, like a lot of hard work and I don't know though. I see this as a new beginning. Like, I see that, like, I literally see all this happiness springing from the death card. Like, literally, it's like, whoosh. Like, it's springing from this death card. This is a new moon. Two 13s in a row. Interesting. Okay. I want to know how this pans out because there could be a lot of scenarios. I don't think that today, I mean, this is the general energy for today. So it honestly is a statement of, from what just ended, there is beauty and purpose. Like, your happy ending is going to come out of this. As horrible as it might seem, your happy ending is coming out of this. For Scorpios out there who have done the hard work, your happy ending is coming. Like, people are finally realizing that you're the power source. You're where it's all coming from. Like, you're the magic. And for those of you who are already on that difficult path, you're going to hold your ground and literally be victorious over competition. Because in a way, I feel like they're going to finally see it's you. They're going to finally recognize, oh, it's you. You're the one we were looking for this whole time. You. Yeah, me. Well, what took you so long? I took me so long. And I'm sorry. But I'm here now. Like, I feel like that's the predominant energy for today. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I will see you soon. Leo, you're on deck. Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, you're all coming out by the end of the day today. As well, my personal reading, I will deliver it to you by end of day today as well. I've got a lot of work to do, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow for tomorrow's daily. Bye, guys.